Previously on Spenelli Speaks.
I have my small pile here. See, it's a little small pile.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Hi friends, it is the start of another weekly vlog, and today is, believe it or not, it's Saturday. I'm so bad at starting these things sometimes, but I've been pretty busy today. My mom and stepdad are coming to hang out this afternoon. We're gonna have some dinner. So I've got some zuppa toscana in the crock pot. I will leave a link to the recipe that I use in the description because it is fantastic. If you are an Olive Garden fan, you will really like this soup. It's so good. But yeah, way to start out a vlog talking about food right away. But if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying these vlogs, as well as for everyone who has been around and has been keeping up with my vlogs, because I know they can kind of be scrambled sometime. So welcome everyone, and yeah, I'm really excited to get this started because today is what, the 26th or 7th, something like that. So there's only like 2 more days to get reading done for February in my February TBR, and I have been going into my reading journal and figuring out like what I still need to finish reading. So for February, I really just need to finish Wolf Hall, which I am 58% into. So I have like, I think it's 10 hours left, which because I read it on double speed, I only have 10 hours or 5 hours left. So I'll get that finished as I continue in the nursery, because I have 2 walls left to do in there. So I should be able to finish that while I do those 2 walls tomorrow and Monday. And then I just have to finish that Wuthering Nights stupid erotic thing that I was reading, because it's so bad. Like, bad in like a naughty kind of way. It just is. It's like, I don't know. Check out my wrap up. I will talk about it in that video. But yeah, so I'm going to finish that. Other than that, I have a lot of books that are carrying over. Of course, the 3 Eye of the World, Kristen Lavensatter, and the Other Bullying Girl that I guess I'll just forever have on my TBR. And then Sarum and People's Tragedy. So yeah, I have 5 books carrying over. But right now what I was kind of doing was figuring out what I'm all like obligated to read. And what I mean is like, do I have any readalongs that I'm doing? Am I doing any buddy reading? That kind of thing, so I can see how many books I actually can add to my TBR for March. And right now, if I look at the notes that I just did for my journal here, it looks like for March I have those 5 books that are continuing. I have the read along with Emily from Novell Novel. She's reading the Wolf Hall series trilogy. So the next one is Bring Up the Bodies. So I'll be listening to that in audio as well. Then our book club book for DoubleBookedCo is a middle grade book. So that's going to be Green Glass House by Kate Milford. So that'll be fun to get into. And then I also have, this was not planned, but as you know, Naomi and I were reading the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and this month we read Good Girl, Bad Blood. We read it in like 2 days. So we were like, do you want to just read the last one? And we do. So I picked up As Good as Dead, which is the 3rd and I think final book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. So we will be reading that starting on the 1st of March, and chances are we will get it done in like a couple of days. So we're really excited about that. So that right there is 8 books. Now that one that I just mentioned, I'll get read in like 2 days. The Green Glass House is middle grade, so it should be a little bit easier. Bringing Up the Bodies is audio, and then those other 5 books, 2 are like year-long reads, so I'm not too concerned about them. And the other ones, it's just like I just have to get them done kind of thing. So I figure I'm gonna add 4 more books, but I'm gonna do all middle grade books because I really do like middle grade March. I will link all of the creators who are kind of heading that up in the description. It's, you know, Krista, Amanda, and then Life Between Words, which for the life of me, her name is just totally, it's gone. Baby brain. Anywho, but because I still want to keep working on, and sorry that I'm like, the camera angle's terrible. I still want to keep working on my 22 books to read in 2022, which I did okay. I got Wicked done, so that's good. That was awesome that I got that off my shelf. But I'm going to pull 2 books from here because there's 2 books that are middle grade books on here. So I'm going to pull Anne of Green Gables. I've never read this before. I know. Moment of silence for Dani's terrible childhood that she didn't read Anne of Green Gables. But I'm going to do Anne of Green Gables. This is one of those Pantone and Puffin editions. You'll notice I had one of these last year with Wizard of Oz. So I really like these editions. I know they're like kind of weird looking, but I really like them. They kind of look like it's like a paint swatch. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to read Anne of Green Gables, and then I'm gonna do it, guys. I really am. This year is gonna be the year. Johnny Tremaine. My brother, this is one of my brother's favorite books, and he has been on my ASS to read it for the longest time, and I found it on audio. So I'm gonna listen to it in audio because I tried to read this and it just starts out really blandly. So I'm gonna help myself and I'm gonna listen to it on audio. So those are the 2 that I'm gonna pick that are middle grade books from my 22 books to read in 2022, so I can keep getting those done. So those are 2 out of the 4 that I can pick. And I had some books up here that I was thinking about that I have recently gotten. I do have, there it goes again, I can't even hold this camera. I do have the second in the Artemis Fowl series, so I'm contemplating that one. I also have the first in the Nancy Drew, which I found this at a thrift store for like super cheap, and it's the very first one, and I used to love reading Nancy Drew, so I'm gonna put this one on the TBR. Yes, okay. Because I was hesitant in this pile because these are books that I recently hauled. So like I feel bad that I'm reading books that are not even yet on my shelves, and I really should grab stuff off the shelves. But when it all comes down to it, it's a book read, right? So yeah, I think I'm going to pull that. Okay, so Nancy Drew. And then I recently hauled The Westing Game, and I've heard so many good things about this. So maybe I'll read this one too. Yeah, I think I'm going to add this one. I think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to go downstairs by my shelf at all. I'll just leave that for another time. I think I'm going to read The Westing Game. And then I recently hauled this one too, and it's super small, so I think I can squeeze it in. Instead of having 4 books, I'll have 5. But this is Sideways Stories from Wayside School. I used to freaking love these stories. So I want to like rekindle and find out if I still love them. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So now I just have to kind of create this in my bullet journal, which I'll show you later. And then my TBR will be done. So I'll be able to film my March TBR, and then that'll go out this coming Tuesday. Oh, I'm excited. I'm like ahead of the game. It's Saturday and I've got all this stuff done. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'll see you in the next clip. Hi everyone. It is Tuesday. I totally skipped over Sunday and Monday. Quite frankly, Sunday was pretty busy after my mom was here getting lots of stuff done. And then on Monday, I had a terrible day. Not terrible day, but like terrible night of sleeping. I had major acid reflux and had to like go downstairs into the recliner, and then they couldn't fall asleep. And that was like from 12, like midnight, until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So then I finally came upstairs, fell asleep around 6, and I was in bed until like 10. So it was just a whole messed up day. But thankfully, my husband painted the other 2 walls in the baby's room. So I was super excited about that. That was super helpful. So now the whole room is this gray color and it looks fantastic. However, I'm a little more particular when it comes to painting, as in I try to really make sure that the lines are all straight, and my husband just slaps paint on the wall. So now I have to go through and like fix the trim and the ceiling, because now there's gray paint on the ceiling. Which is not terrible, because at least he did all of the major stuff, which was the big, like, took a lot of energy for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some things done, and then I'm gonna pop in here and like just fix all the trim and everything, and then the paint should be done, which is awesome. Then we can get the floors cleaned and then start bringing furniture in, which is super fun. Actually, my mom, when she came, she surprised us with a new dresser for the baby's room, and it is beautiful. She has a friend who repurposes furniture, and I'm sorry, it's gonna get real dark in here because I don't have any lights on, and all of the window shades are still closed because Dwight like barks at everything. So during the day I sometimes leave them closed. But I have to show you this beautiful dresser, which has a bunch of clothes on it right now, so bear with me. So I've been washing baby clothes and blankets, but look at this beautiful dresser, like super repurposed. It's gonna look beautiful. It's that gray tone that will match the baby's room perfectly. I am super thrilled about that. I'm so happy. So that'll be super fun to have for the room. And it's really big, and it's mature enough looking that she can use it for a very long time. So I'm very pleased to have that, very thankful to have people in my life who, you know, look for things like that for me. I also updated my reading journal. As you know, I kind of last year tried to do this all crazy bullet journal, and I realized I was only using like a little bit of each of the pages. So now I really just do like my regular daily, like the month kind of fun page, and then I really only do the TBR and like what the format is and if I owned the book, because I'm really trying to read more of my own books. And then I do my reviews, and then on the second page or the third page, so I only use 3 pages now, I will have a notes page, and that's usually where I start to like figure out what books I'm reading for the next month, or if I have any weird reading things that I need to do, I'll like make notes on that. So I did get March all figured out, so I'm going to show that to you now. So for March, because I am participating in middle grade March, I use this washi and stickers that are like outer space, because I felt it was more like kid-like, and I really like how it turned out. Super cute stickers all over this main page here for the month. And then as we flip the page, we have, again, the TBR that I've selected. So again, we have this really cute washi, which is all like outer space stuff. And then we have, of course, my TBR, which is super long. And then I always do the format and if I own the book. And then some more really cute washi where my reviews will go for the books. And then my notes page, which again has some really cute washi, some really cute stickers. And then because I didn't have another washi, I just kind of created like a line of stickers that kind of looks like washi. Because as you can tell, I really like the consistency of staying the same in the format of my TBR pages. So I like how it just consistently looks the same. So yeah, other than that, today is March 1st. I just filmed my TBR video, so I'll be editing that and getting that up for you all. So you probably have already seen that before this clip. But I'm going to be starting a whole new bunch of books this month, which I'm really excited about, and finishing as much as possible with the baby's room and just getting us all ready to go. And before you know it, it's going to be a whole new experience happening in this house. So yeah, we'll maybe see you tomorrow. Hi friends, it is Thursday. And I have been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. It is noon right now. I woke up, the bathroom break of the night and just couldn't fall back asleep. And then my husband's alarm was going off for like an hour because he is a snoozer. So I ended up just at 4:30, I turned the TV on because that's when our news starts, is at 4:30. And I watched the news, kind of, while reading As Good as Dead. I have 150 pages left. This book is insane. This book is insane. I can't even believe that the writer is going the direction that they're going. So I can't really tell you too much because this is a third in the series. But what I can tell you is this series was mapped out since the first word in the first book. Everything is tying together so amazingly, and things that happen in the first book are coming up in the third book. Loose ends that were, not tied up in the first or second book are coming to fruition in this third. And just when you think you know what's going to happen, you go through a total roller coaster of a ride. And if you like mystery thrillers, this is an excellent series to read. And it's a YA series, which I don't typically read YA books, but this is a great series of books. So you have the first, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The second is Good Girl, Bad Blood. And then the third is As Good as Dead. It's so good. It's so good. I'm reading this with Naomi at Naomi's bookshelf, and we are just plowing through it. We just started this on Tuesday, I think. And we got a lot of it done yesterday. And so I'm caught up to where she is. But I think I'm going to finish it. I think I'm going to finish this book because it's so good. It's so intense. It's so intense. Did you hear about the fire at the circus? It's intense. That's how intense it is. Wow. I mean, this book is really good. So anywho, other reading I've been up to. I did start Johnny Tremain on audiobook, and that's okay. It's about this boy, 16-year-old boy, Johnny Tremain. He is an apprentice silversmith, but an accident happens where his hand gets maimed, so he has to find different work, and he ends up somehow being part of the revolution. But not like how you would think. He becomes like a courier for this newspaper, The Observer, but it's passing spy stuff, for the Americans. So we are in contact with like John Hancock, Samuel Adams, Paul Revere is mentioned. I don't think he's been mentioned again, but I'm assuming he will pop up as we get farther in. We're just touching on the tea incident, the Boston Tea Party thing. He's just about to send off that correspondence. So I did read a little bit in A People's Tragedy, which is about the Russian Revolution. It starts with explaining the Romanov dynasty. As we know, that is the last Tsar. of Russia, but it's kind of giving a little bit of back history there, and how the people were kind of reigned over during that time. And it's really interesting. I've always been very interested in the Romanovs, so I'm really happy that it started there because my interest is piqued right away. So we'll see where that goes. Like I said, I'm only 30 pages in, which in a textbook, that's not very much. But I'm going to keep plowing through that. Like I said, I'm going to finish this today. It's just so good. I can't help it. It's so good. So I will probably touch base with you one more time after I'm done with this for today, and then see where I'm at tomorrow. I don't know what I will start either tonight or tomorrow. I'd like to start one of my other middle grade books, but I don't know if I want to start with Nancy Drew or if I want to start with the Weston game. I'm not quite sure. So, friends, I just finished As Good as Dead. This is such a good book. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I think as the finale of this trilogy, I'm just blown away by the author's ability to just tie everything together and come full circle with all 3 books. So if you're looking for a good mystery thriller, definitely check out Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's so good. I don't know what to read next. I kind of want to read Nancy Drew next, but I feel like because I just read a mystery that maybe I should but the Weston game is a mystery as well. Maybe I'll just read the sideways stories to flush my mind, and then tomorrow I will pick up Weston game or Nancy Drew. Oh man, that was so good. Okay. Well, you'll probably see me more tomorrow. I'm also going to finish Johnny Tremain tomorrow, I think, as well, which I'm listening to on audiobook. So it was a good week for reading. Man, I think I have finally hit the stage where I have cravings. I've not ever had cravings before, but y'all, I just went to the bakery and I bought myself some donuts. I'm not gonna eat all these donuts in one sitting, maybe. But I went and bought myself some donuts. I have been craving baked goods for 3 days, and finally I'm going and I'm buying some donuts for myself. So I'm really excited. I have not all, but a few of my middle grades down here that I am reading. So I'm gonna have some baked good treats, and I'm gonna read some of my middle grade. I mean, this looks so good. Oh my goodness. So I'm excited. But that's what my day is gonna look like today. I have some chores. I have some really amazing snacks to eat, and then I have some middle grade to read. I'm about 40% into Johnny Tremain. I think I told you that before. I'm listening to this in audio. So I'm hoping to maybe finish that this weekend. And I'm also thinking I'm going to read Sideways Stories and the Weston game this weekend as well, so that next week I can start fresh with Anne of Green Gables, because I think this one will take me a little bit longer just because it's a longer read. So yeah, this will be my weekend TBR, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, well, I'm gonna dive into these donuts and my almond chocolate milk to wash it down, and I will see you guys next week. But until then, I hope you all are taking care, staying safe, reading something amazing, and as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.